Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Explain Maths. In this video, I will be covering the question number 3, question number 4 and question number 5 of the exercise 12.2, and this exercise I am doing from the chapter Factorization of grade 8 Ncert. Question number 3, factorize the expression, and the first question is ax square plus bx. So here if you can see in both the terms x is present, right? The variable x is here also, it is here also. So I can take x common from here. So if I'm going to take x common, so it will become, if I'm taking x common, then I will be left with ax because it is x square. I have taken only one x outside, and here it will be plus b because this variable x I have already taken common. So this is only the factorization. Now we cannot further reduce it, so I have to stop over here only. Now next question, 7p square plus 21q square. So if you see the variable, one of the variable is p, one is q. So I cannot take anything common from here. But if you see the numbers over here, one is 7, one is 21. Okay, and the common factor of 7 and 21 is 7 only, isn't it? So the highest common factor of 7 and 21 is 7. 21 I can write as 7 into 3 here, right? So I can take 7 common. So if I take 7 common over here, I will be left with p square plus 7 times 3 will be 21 and then q square. So this is the factorization. Third one. Here if you can see, the third question is 2x cube plus 2xy square plus 2xz square. So first of all, you can see in each term 2 is present. So 2 I can take common. And then the variable x is also present in all the three terms. So in variable, if it is present in all the three terms, so the lowest power of the variable I can take common. So the lowest power of x is 1 in the second and third term. So I can take x also common. So first I have told 2 I can take common, and then the variable x also I can take common. So if I am taking 2x common from the first term, so I will be left only with x square. Plus, if I am taken 2x common, I will be left with y square. And in the third term, 2x is already taken common, so I will be left with z square. So this is the factorization. Now question number 4. am square plus bm square plus bn square plus an square. So here if you can see in all the four terms, nothing is common. So we have to do the regrouping. We have to make a group of two terms and then I can factorize. So if I take the first two terms, I can see m square is common. In the last two terms, n square is common. So let's take m square. If I am taking common, here I will be left with a plus b. And if I am taking n square common, so it will be b plus a. Now you can see it. Now I have two terms, isn't it? This and this. And you can see a plus b is present in both the terms. I can take a plus b common again. And if I have taken a plus b common, so I will be left with m square plus n square. So this is the factorization. Now fifth one, lm plus l plus m plus 1. So if you can see here lm plus l, in both the term l is there. So I can take common from here. So it will be l into m plus 1. Because I have taken l common, so l into 1 will give me l. Plus this I can write as, see here it is m plus 1. So now I'm trying to write this also in that form. So it will be 1 into m plus 1. We know that if you multiply anything with 1, it will remain as it is. Now next I can take m plus 1 common because it is present here also, here also. So from the first term I will be left with L plus from the second term 1. So this is the factorization, m plus 1 into L plus 1. Now sixth question, y into y plus z plus 9 into y plus z. So if you can see in both the term y plus z is common. So I can take y plus z common. So if I have taken y plus z common, from this term I have taken this common. So I am left only with y plus. And here this is already I have written in the common term. So this will be left only 9. So y plus z into y plus 9. Now next question, 5y square minus 20y minus 8z plus 2yz. So So in all the four terms, you can see nothing is common. So again, you have to use regrouping. You have to make a group of the terms and then only you can do. So if I, from the first two term, if you can see, I can take 5y common. So from here, if I take 5y common, so I will be getting here y minus 4. 5y into y is y. 5y square and 5 into 4 is 5y into 4 will give me 20y. Now here also you have to see, are you getting y minus 4 common? Then only you can take common again in the next step. So if I'm taking from here 2z common, okay. So here I will be left with minus 4 plus y, which is same as y minus 4, isn't it? I can write this as y minus 4. But I have to use here plus sign, plus 2z, then minus 4 plus y. Because if I take minus here, then it will become minus 2z into minus 4. It will become plus 8z. But here it is minus. So I have to write like this. And then in the next step, I can take y minus 4 common. Then it will be 5y plus 2z. I have taken y minus 4 common, so 5y is left here. Again, y minus 4 I have already taken common, so 2z is left. So this is the factorization. Now one more way is, if you are facing any problem here in writing like this, you can just rearrange it. You can write as 5y square minus 20y plus 2yz minus 8z. Then it will become more easy. You will directly get y minus 4 in the second term also. Okay, so you can try like that. Now, eighth question, 10ab plus 4a plus 5b plus 2. So here also you can see in all the four terms nothing is common. So you have to do regrouping. So if I make a group of the first two term, I can see the common factor of 10 and 4. I can see 10 I can write as 2 into 5 and this I can write as 2 into 2. So I can take 2 common and a is also common here. So I'm going to take 2a common. So I will be left with 5b plus 2. And you can see the last two term is also having 5b plus 2. So in such case, I have to write like this, plus 1 into 5b plus 2. Now, in both the term, 5b plus 2 is common. So 5b plus 2, if I take common, from the first term, I will be left with 2a and from the second term, plus 1. So this is the factorization. Now the ninth question. Here also, if you can see in all the four terms, nothing is common. So I will make a group of the first two terms. So from here I can see I can take y common variable, and then in the number part, if you can see 6 I can write as 2 into 3 and 4 I can write as 2 into 2. So from here I can take 2 times of y common. So if I take 2 times of y common, I will be left with 3x minus 2. Here, now in the second two term also I have to get 3x minus 2, isn't it? So in 6 and 9, I can see 3 is the common factor. I can write it as 2 into 3 and this I can write as 3 into 3. So I can take 3 common over here. Okay. So if I take 3 common, I will be left with 2. But if you see here this part, it is minus 2. So here also I want minus 2. So how to make it minus 2? If I'm writing here minus 2, it means this place also I have to put minus. Then only minus 3 into minus 2 will give me plus 6. And then here it will be plus 3x. So minus 2 plus 3x is same as 3x minus 2. So this, if you want, you can rearrange it. We can write 2y into 3x minus 2 minus 3, and this you know that addition is commutative. So I can write it like this also, 3x minus 2. Now we can take 3x minus 2 common from both the terms. So it will be 2y minus 3. So from here, if I have taken 3x minus 2 common, I am left with 2y. And here 3x minus 2 is already common, I have left with minus 3. So this is the factorization. Question number 4, factorize. First one is a to the power 4 minus b to the power 4. So to do the factorization, a to the power 4, I can write it as a square whole square minus b square whole square, isn't it? Now I am going to use the identity a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. So if I use that identity, so it will become a square plus b square and then a square minus b square. So a square plus b square I cannot factorize further. So I have to write it as it is, and a square minus b square I can write it as a plus b into a minus b. So let me arrange it. So the final answer a plus b into a minus b into a square plus b square. So this is your final answer. Now next question, p to the power 4 minus 81. So again 81 I can write it as, I have to try to write 81 in terms of a number whose power will, whose raised to the power 4 will give me 81. So 3 raised to the power 4, if I can see, it will become 81. So I am going to rewrite it as p to the power 4 minus 3 to the power 4. Then further I can write it as p square whole square minus 3 square whole square. Now again I am going to use the identity a square minus b square will be equal to a plus b into a minus b. Right? So if I am going to write it, so it will be p square plus 3 square into p square minus 3 square. Now p square plus 9, and this, the second term p square minus 3 square, again I have to use the identity a square minus b square. So it will give me p plus 3 into p minus 3. So this is your answer. If you want, you can rearrange it. You can write it as p plus 3 into p minus 3 into p square plus 9. Next, third question. X to the power 4 minus y plus z whole raised to the power 4. So this again I have to write it as x square whole square minus y plus z square whole square. So again I have to use the identity a square minus b square. So a plus b, so x square plus y plus z whole square, and then x square minus y plus z square. So first term I cannot reduce it further, so I have to write it as it is. Now in the second term, again I have to use the identity a square minus b square. So it will be a plus b, so a plus b, and then b. So x minus y minus z. Why it will become minus y minus z? So you can see here, if I write minus y plus z, and if I open the bracket, so as before bracket minus sign is there, so inside sign will get changed. So this plus y will become minus y and plus z will become minus z. So that's why I have written here. So this is your final answer. Now next question, x to the power 4 minus x minus z whole raised to the power 4. Now this question is also similar to your above question. So you have to write it as x square whole square minus x minus z whole square, again whole square. So again you have to use the identity a square minus b square. So it will give me a plus b, so x square plus x minus z whole square, and then a minus b. So x square minus x minus z whole square. Now first term, if we can see in the first term also it is having x, here also x. So I can open the bracket here using the identity. I'm going to use the identity a minus b whole square. So it will become a square minus 2ab plus b square. Now in the second term again I have to use the identity a square minus b square. Okay, here again you have to use the identity a square minus b square. So you have to write it as a plus b, so x plus x minus z, and then a minus b, so x minus x plus z. Now if something you can cancel it out, so x minus x will become 0. Here x plus x minus z, so here x square plus x square will give me 2x square minus 2xz plus z square. From here you will get 2x minus z, and from the last term only z will be left. Now I'm going to rearrange it. So first I'm writing z, then 2x minus z, and then finally I'm writing 2x square minus 2xz plus z square. So this is your final factorization. Now these type of questions are very important as per exam point of view. Okay, you will get these type of question. Okay, so better you have to do more and more practice, and if you do more practice then only you can easily solve these type of factorization. So let's move to the another question. Now in question number 5, a to the power 4 minus 2a square b square plus b raised to the power 4. So here if you can see this first term a to the power 4, I can write it as a square whole square, and the last term I can write it as b square whole square. Now here it is minus 2a square b square. So I am going to use the identity a square minus 2ab plus b square. I'm just trying to see whether this identity will fit over here or not. Then directly I can write a minus b whole square. Okay, now 2 times a into b. So minus 2 into, here your a is a square, b is b square. 2 into a square into b square. And this value is coming same as this, right? So it means I can write it as a square minus b square whole square. Because this is my identity a minus b whole square. Here a is a square here, b is b square here. Now a square minus b square, further I can write it as a plus b into a minus b, and whole square is also there. So this will be equal to a plus b whole square into a minus b whole square. So this is your fifth part. Now question number 5, factorize the following expression, p square plus 6p plus 8. Now here if you can see, you can't factorize it using any of the identity because 8 is not a square of any number. P square you can write as p whole square, but 8 is not a square of any number. So you have to do the middle term splitting method, isn't it? So it means you have to find two numbers. Sum will be equal to 6 and product will be equal to 8. Okay, a plus b should be 6, a into b should be 8. So if you can see 8, 8 comes in two table also. 2 times 4 will give me 8. And if I add 2 and 4, I will get 6. Isn't it? 2 plus 4 will give me 6. So it means 6p, I can write it as 2p plus 4p. So 2p plus 4p will give me 6p plus 8. Now from the first two term, I can take p common. So it will be left with p plus 2. From the last two term, I can take 4 common. So it will be p plus 2. Again, I can take p plus 2 common. So from the first term, I will be left only with p. From the second term, plus 4. So this is the factorization. Now second question, q square minus 10q plus 21. So again, if you can see here, 21 is not a square of any number. You cannot use your standard identity a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. So it means you have to use again the middle term splitting method. So you have to find out two numbers whose sum will give you minus 10 and whose product will be equal to 21. So 21, I know I can write it as 7 into 3, 21, isn't it? And if I have to add, I should get minus 10. Now minus 10, how will I get? If I do 7 plus 3, I will get only plus 10, but I have to get minus 10. So it means the number can be minus 7 and minus 3. Because if I add it, sum will be minus 7 plus minus 3, which will give me minus 10. And if I do the product of it, so minus 7 into minus 3 will give me positive 21. That's what I need, right? So it means I can split it as q square minus 7p minus 3p. Sorry, it is q, not p. So 7q minus 3q plus 21. Now from the first two term, I can take q common. So I will be left with q minus 7. Here minus 3 if I take common, I will be left with again q minus 7 common. So don't get confused over here that it was plus 21, how it is become minus 7. Because here is minus, right? Minus 3 into minus 7 will give me plus 21. Now I have to take q minus 7 common. So if I take q minus 7 common, I will be left q in the first term and in the second term minus 3. So this is my factorization. Now the next question, p square plus 6p minus 16. So here also you have to find out two numbers whose product will give you minus 16 and whose sum will be equal to 6p. So I know that in 2 table 16 comes. 2 times 8 will give me 16. Isn't it? 2 times 8 will give me 16. But here it is minus 16. It means any one of them should be negative. Okay. So I can do either minus 2 or minus 8. But which one will be negative, that we can see from here. It is given sum should be equal to plus 6p. Okay. So it means here is plus. It means the greater number should be positive. Then only here it will come positive. So it will be 8p plus, if I do minus 2p, then I am going to get 6p, isn't it? It means my number is 8 and minus 2. So I can write it as p square plus 8p minus 2p minus 16. And you can see when I do 8 into minus 2, I am getting minus 16. So this is my middle term splitting. I have to split 6p as 8p minus 2p. Now I can take p common. So it will become p plus 8. From the second term, I can take minus 2 common. So it will be again p plus 8. So at the end, if I take p plus 8 common, because it is present in both the term here and here, I will be left with p minus 2. So this is the factorization. So in the middle term splitting method, as much as you practice, okay, it will become more clear to you. So you can solve many. See, in NCERT there are only 3 questions, right? But if you take your RS Agrawal book, there are plenty of questions. Even you can do some question from NCERT exemplar also. So even I am also going to cover some more questions from RS Agrawal and NCERT exemplar once I finish all the exercises from the NCERT textbook. Okay, so that's all for today's class. And if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends also. Thank you.